What made me join HTC is simply because of you, Dan. A couple of things that had happened was that when James was listening to the very first webinar, he had the volume up so high, the whole apartment was vibrating with your voice. And I heard every word, almost every word I should say, as I was preparing a meal for us. And I thought, wow, this is just really intriguing. Just the value that you were giving in that first webinar sounded just incredible, and I thought, wow, I felt a little bit guilty actually that I was listening to it because I, obviously didn't pay for it. So, and then when you had mentioned that partners, could, travel along on this process, so to speak, then I was like, wow, this is an incredible opportunity, and I thought I would give it a go and listen through the whole program, which I have done, and it's just been an incredible experience. So the HTC program has been different from other programs that I've taken because it's been on a webinar platform, which I'm not really that familiar with. This is probably my second webinar that I've ever taken before, and I found it was just really effective to be able to listen to what you had to say and the value that you were giving in a home setting where I could take my notes. Your down-to-earth authenticity and your real-life examples that you were giving during the whole webinar made the program for me really easy to understand and follow, and very the vision that you created for us that helped to help us see just made the whole process possible for us, or for me in my own business, and I'm sure for everybody else as well. So what I really appreciated and liked a lot about the program is its real life application. So taking us through the steps of our relationship with ourselves, our mind and our heart, and showing us what will work for us in our day-to-day lives, our personal lives and our business lives, and any relationships that we choose to have with people, whether it's business or personal. So secondly, your course is different because you also showed us our relationship with ourselves to other people, and showing us the psychology behind how people think, how people act, how people are, and showing us the possibilities for ourselves, and then showing us the possibilities for others as well. And then thirdly, you have also given us a glimpse into showing us the possibility of relationships with others and themselves, ultimately, is what I garnered from the webinar, which is quite powerful. You were saying, who are we to block or stop somebody from moving forward in their lives and giving them their dreams and showing them their dreams and how they can move forward in their lives. And what surprised me the most about HTC is your invitation for partners to join the program. That really surprised me, and ultimately made me really grateful and very happy to be able to participate to the extent that I have and that I did. Another thing that really surprised me the most about HTC is simply the community that developed and built around the program. The support, the encouragement, the laughs, the training that we did with each other, the friendships that were formed with the people that we connected to, and all of the learning and all of the giving freely of sharing of information and support. And this has been a really big wow factor for me moving through this program. Dan, you have impacted me in a profound way because you have helped me to look at myself more deeply, and my inner workings, and why I think a certain way, and why I act a certain way, and why I do things that I do in certain ways. And that has been quite profound. And also in seeing how I act and how I react, you've also shown me how I can manage and move through all of my relationships, my business relationships, my personal relationships, including family, and friends. You've impacted me in several different ways, quite profoundly, in the sense that there's a new type of energy that has been restored within me that I haven't had for a long time now. It's just a kind of a glimmer right now, but I can feel that, and it does grow stronger at times, and then I feel myself slipping back. But it's the energy. I have to remind myself consistently and constantly of how my thoughts create my present. So that's been really quite profound for me, and that's something that I have to continue to work on, as probably most of us have to as well. So you're kind of like the modern day Jesus Christ, taking the broken and the poor and helping us to believe in ourselves again, and showing us some tools and techniques to really help us get back on our feet. And we may have been there at one time. I know I've been there at one time, and then certain things have happened in life to kind of like derail, or I made certain choices in my life that kind of derailed a certain aspect of how I live my life, and then it's just been quite a little bit difficult trying to get back on track again. And now that I know that I'm an emerald, holy cow, boy, that's primarily an emerald. That's kind of a really huge challenge there. And I think the tools for an emerald, I think it's really true, like once we were able to hone our skills for learning how to use the tools that you've given us, the communication tools that you've given us, then we can go far. With this new income skill, where do I see myself in 12 months? Well, I hope to be rocking and a-rolling in 12 months. So I want to be making meaningful impact on hundreds and thousands of people here in Vancouver to start, and then potentially across Canada and into the United States. So if someone is a bit skeptical about HTC, or the price is a stretch for them, this is what I would say to them. I would say that they should trust their instincts that led them to find HTC, and then to trust themselves to do it, just do it. The results speak for themselves, and to give themselves the gift of future bountiful possibilities for themselves and for their families. The process is clear, it's concise, and the steps are easy to follow, and it can work for anybody who's willing to put the effort and the work into it.